Today, DFW hit a record high temperature for the day, 96 degrees. I'm sure you felt it. The new record is happening just as the state is warning of a tight supply of power this summer. Political reporter Jack Fink explaining lawmakers had to act fast this week after one priority bill related to the power grid appeared to be in trouble.
The warning this week from the Public Utility Commission raised new concerns about the reliability of the Texas power grid.
We will continue to use every tool available to keep the lights on and the ACs running this summer.
Governor Greg Abbott tweeted yesterday that he and Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick met with energy leaders to discuss how the growing state can meet demand. At a news conference back in March, the lieutenant governor and a number of state senators emphasized the need for the state to build more natural gas-fired power plants and unveiled a number of bills, including Senate Bill 6.
Senate Bill 6 ensures that more power will be on the Texas grid.
The $10 billion plan called for the state to pay a company to build new natural gas-fired power plants to operate only during emergencies to keep the lights on. The state would have guaranteed that company a profit. But some in the industry and at the Capitol told me Senate Bill 6 is now stalled in the Texas House. So this week, senators scrambled and on Monday filed a new bill weeks past the deadline. Then on Tuesday, they explained it in a committee and passed it, and then yesterday debated and passed it in the full Senate. That bill, Senate Bill 2627, is also a $10 billion plan. But under this legislation, the state would offer companies 0% loans for a 20-year period to build new natural gas-fired power plants. The state would also pay a bonus to companies if their plants become operational by December 31st, 2026. And the state would also offer 0% loans to companies to keep their older power plants online for 5 years instead of closing them.
Thank you for your quick work on this. This has come out of a lot of discussions and meetings with many in the industry, and we all know we need power as soon as we can get it. These incentives of using surplus money is the best way to get people to build the fastest.
And so now the Senate's new priority bill heads to the House, and we will see just how quickly it gets debated and whether it will pass. The regular legislative session ends in just a little over 3 weeks.
Yeah, we've got a timeline that we're sticking to right now. And at the end of that piece, we heard from Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick, who said, you know, senators heard a lot from people in the power industry. How concerned were the original or the businesses with the original bill that was at play?
Well, Nicole, records show there was a lot of opposition to that original bill, Senate Bill 6. That's where the state would pay one company to build power plants to be used only in emergencies and then guarantee them a profit. That was criticized by a Wall Street Journal editorial and by those in the power industry who thought it would distort the market and over the long run lead to fewer companies coming to Texas to build more power plants. There's a lot less opposition to the new bill, Senate Bill 2627, so far. There are a number of other bills being passed this session aimed at making the power grid more reliable.
I feel like this is always the story that there's always another piece getting the grid to be as reliable as possible.
Yeah.
All right, you'll be watching it for us.
I will.
Thank you.